My name is Adrian Nanchev, and this channel is all about helping you become a remarkable entrepreneur. And I'm talking about why entrepreneurship is the best route possible. Essentially, the world is always changing. Technology is always changing. Innovation and technology is driving the world on an upwards trajectory. And you look at 2017 versus 2002, and you will see complete different worlds insofar as technology and the standard of living and innovation and communication and so on and so forth. Look at the yellow pages. We don't see the yellow pages nowadays. They adapted and they're online. You have got to adapt because jobs don't have futures, people do. When the world changes, because there's things out of your control, you have a future in this world if you dare, you have the tenacity and you have the talent and ability, which can be learned and acquired, to act and do something with yourself in this world. You see, jobs don't have futures, people do, and that's very important to remember. So when things say like minimum wage increases to $15, McDonald's will then just introduce robots and automation and self-serving checkouts that the customers can use to buy their food. And these people that lose their job, they then, from an economics point of view, they then have the free time to better themselves and become self-employed and start their own business. With technology, it frees up our time to do more and bigger things. Otherwise, we'd still all be living on farms and no one would have the free time to innovate because we're all too focused on harvesting our food. So, I recently came across someone I had not seen in a while, and they said to me that, Adrian, I heard that you would become rather entrepreneurial. Taking a career change, so to speak. And I said to them, given the choice between working for somebody else or working for myself, I prefer to work for myself. And I can see the longevity behind working for myself. Because cast yourself and imagine yourself 40 years into the future. I'm 23, so age 63. And look back at your life and think, what regrets have I got? What things do I regret doing looking back at my age today? And I realised in 2014 that had I not become an entrepreneur, I would have had the regret of not trying to be an entrepreneur. And I could imagine myself, my 63-year-old self, looking back at my 23-year-old self saying, why didn't I do it? I had the time, energy, opportunity, health, etc, etc, etc. Why didn't I? It's the same with entrepreneurship. You've got to ask yourself, what regrets will I have in the future? If I don't do X, don't do Y, don't become the person I want to be, don't go to the place I want to go. If I don't become an entrepreneur, what will I regret? I could see right out the bat that I would regret not trying. I could see it, so I decided to go for it. Jeff Bezos had the exact same thing in the 1990s. He could project himself into the future and look back and say, what would happen? He imagined himself, age 80 or so, saying, he could imagine himself regretting not starting Amazon. And he wanted to start it, so at least at age 80 he could say, at least I tried. At least I tried, and he didn't have that regret. Because some people would say that hell on earth is to be on your deathbed and all... No, some people would say that being hell on earth is to meet the person you could have been. To meet the person you could have been or wanted to be, but you didn't dare or you didn't pursue it. Or the only thing that was stopping you was in here, and nothing else and no one else was stopping you. And imagine the scenario that you're on your deathbed, and all these ideas and dreams and aspirations you had, they come to you. You know, I wanted to write a book, or I wanted to do this and do that. They come to you and they say to you, you could have made us a reality. You could have made us real, but you didn't dare. You didn't dare to step out your comfort zone, didn't dare to learn that skill, or didn't want to learn that skill. And yet all those ideas are going to go to you with the grave. And they're going to be lost to the world. That's why I'm an entrepreneur. To reduce the regret in my life, to make a dent in the world. And that's why I say entrepreneurship is the best. Because it's not your boss's job to make you rich, or wealthy, or healthy. It's your responsibility. Introspection. What could you have done better? What can I do better? I'm always thinking about this. I learned this principle recently called reflection in action. as you're doing something, you're reflecting, you're taking in new information and adjusting your strategy as you go. Not reflecting before, not reflecting after, but reflecting whilst you're doing it. So in the middle of something and realising my mistakes and constantly adjusting, constantly being flexible. That is why I believe entrepreneurship is the best. I don't want to be stuck. It's called the 40-40 rule. 40-40-40 rule. I don't want to be stuck working 40 hours a week for 40 years, and because of inflation, my savings will be worth 40% less. I'm taking my life, my destiny, my future, my liberty, my aspirations in my control and doing what I want to do with my life. That's why I believe entrepreneurship is the best. Taking control of your life and living it to the fullest. How cool is that? Now, if this is the first time for the channel, subscribe, because this channel is all about helping you become a remarkable entrepreneur, and I'm thankful for playing a small part in that. So subscribe if you haven't already. There's way more to come. I'll see you soon.